Good morning, everyone, and welcome to today's Wednesday webinar. Today we're going to be talking about upselling all things glow and increasing retail sales in your spas. So for today's presentation, we're going to talk about using the tools for success. Are your spa consultants asking the right questions when consulting members? We're going to talk a little bit about the facts of UV and what products we use, why we use them, and when to use them. We're also going to talk a little bit about sunless color and the facts for sunless color, and we're also going to cover what, why, and when for the sunless products. We're going to talk a little bit about how you should be offering samples in your spas and how you should always be closing when consulting with members. So first we're going to talk about using the tools for success. So this personal spa profile is going to be your number one tool for consulting. So this is what tells you and helps you as a consultant know what products are going to be good for what services and helping your members reach their goals. So your personal spa profile is going to ask all the right questions. It's going to ask what their goals are and what services they will be utilizing. So when you're referencing a personal spa profile, you want to be asking those questions in your head and looking at their responses to figure out what services are going to be best for them, and then start thinking about what products you can start pairing for those services. So this will help you consult on products they need to incorporate into their services in order to get their desired results. Why do we incorporate products with our services? To maximize results and help them achieve their goals. This is what helps you with member retention. So how often do we consult members? Always, daily. So about every 90 days, we're going to have them fill out a new personal spa profile. And why, might you ask? Because typically people's goals are changing. So after 90 days, they may have already hit their original goals and now they have new ones. So your skin also changes through the year. So depending on if it's summer or fall, winter, or spring, they might have different goals depending on what their skin is doing at that time. Now, between every single personal spa profile, we're also going to want to verbally consult. So that's why we're always consulting. Every single day you're consulting with your members that walk in the door. Ask open-ended questions and get to know your members. Ask them, what are you doing this weekend? Do you have any fun plans for the weekend? Maybe they have a fun event for the weekend and they haven't thought about it yet, but maybe they're going to want a sunless color before that event. And now that you've found out that they have something fun to do this weekend, you can help to suggest that sunless color to help them get ready for their event. So next we're going to talk a little bit about the regime builder. So this is another one of your tools for success. So using this when you consult with members is going to help you overcome objectives. So if you're putting on their regime builder, the services that they're going to be using, and then also the products that they're going to be using in conjunction with those services, that's only going to help you overcome the objective when they ask, why do I need these products for these services? So that's going to help them see that those products are going to help them get their desired results. So you can change and edit the regime builder, and I've actually attached this in the handouts, but you can also find it on Orion. It is a Word document, so you can adjust it to fit your location's needs. So when you're filling this out, just write down the products that they're going to be using with their services. And then you can also create little wish lists on the bottom of here, and that helps you, increase the sale for the next time that they come in. So they see that wish list and they see, oh, that's right, I'm using my primer, but I could also be using an extending lotion to help me get better, longer lasting results with my color. All right, so first we're going to talk a little bit about UV tanning. So when you have members that are coming in for UV tanning, we always want to make sure that they're waiting 24 hours between each session, and make sure that you're following this rule because that actually is a law in most states. So when your members are coming in for UV tanning, your consultants are going to ask What are you doing to maximize your UV color results? Or what are you doing to extend your UV color? What products are you currently using? And what have you tried that you liked in the past, or what haven't you liked? So these are all open-ended questions that are going to help your member or help your consultant get an answer from that member that will help to lead them into what products will be best for them. Now we can also ask, what are you doing to make your color look natural and healthy? And this can also be a conjunction for us into getting them into other services. So if someone's just a UV member and we're asking, what are you doing to make your color look natural and healthy? And they're saying, oh, I just use this lotion that I have here from Walmart. Oh, well, actually, we have some great products here, and the great thing about our products is that we focus on skincare first. So let's take a look maybe at the ingredients that you have on your product there, and we can go through why our products here are going to help you get better results, and they're going to help you give that natural, healthy color. Now, did you know that we also have some spa services here that are going to help your UV color last longer? And then you're not going to have to come in and see us, 7 days a week to do your UV service. You're only going to have to come in about 3 times a week. I know you're a really busy person, and only having to come in 3 days a week is probably going to fit into your schedule better. So let's incorporate some other services to help your color look more natural and to help it look healthy and to also help it last a little bit longer. Now, also remember when someone's doing UV services that we do require eyewear for their service. So just make sure if someone's coming in for a UV service, hey, can I see your eyewear before we get you set up in that room today? And if they don't have them, if it's like the first time, let's offer them $1 pair of disposables for free that day. Hey, I know you forgot your eyewear today. Just remember to bring them next time. Here's a pair of $1 disposables for you to borrow today. We do have to make sure that every single person, when they walk into a room, has that protective eyewear with them. All right, so next we're going to talk about why everyone should use a lotion when they tan. So melanin is the skin's natural protection. When UV light hits the skin, melanin moves to the top layer of the skin and the skin oxidizes and then tans. So that's how we can explain why someone actually tans. So it is important for every single skin type to use a lotion during and after UV sessions to jumpstart that melanin production. So that's why we have intensifiers and are extending lotions to help with that melanin production. So it's also important when you're talking with a member that maybe doesn't use UV lotion and they say, I don't like it, I don't like that it makes my skin greasy. Well, we can find a different type of a product for them. Maybe they haven't used the right products. Maybe we need to find them, if they don't like that it makes their skin feel, slimy or anything like that, then maybe we need to find them a juice-based lotion, or maybe Infuse is going to be a good solution for them, just a lighter weight lotion. And just explain to them that, dry skin actually blocks UV light and it creates a protective shield over the skin. So if you're not using a lotion in that UV bed, then you're actually, wasting your time and your money by going into that service because you're not getting the full result or the full effect that you could get. So prior to a UV session, some of the products that we can recommend are going to be exfoliants. And for exfoliants, we have buff, scrub, prepare, polish, and then we also have our microdermabrasion. So when we're talking with someone and they're saying, oh, I just don't feel like I'm getting, the best results that I could be getting with my sunless color. Well, what are you doing at home to extend that sunless color? Are you exfoliating prior to coming in for your UV sessions? And if the answer is no, then we can suggest an exfoliant. So what buff and scrub, prepare and polish, and microdermabrasion are going to do is they're going to remove any dead skin cells and help to prepare the skin to accept products better, and also help to remove that dead skin cell layer that will create a barrier and a UV protection on the skin. So that's also going to help if someone's using a bronzer or anything like that. It's also going to help so their color fades more evenly as well. So we can also suggest that to them as well. If they say, hey, I don't feel like my skin's even all over, and exfoliant is going to be a good solution to that problem. Now, prior to UV lotion application, if someone's coming in and they're saying, I'm using this lotion, it was working great for me at first, something that we can recommend to them to add in and use in conjunction with their lotion is going to be Infuse or our PB Glow Primer. These are great to use before your regular UV products because they're actually going to maximize the results of those UV products. So if someone's plateaued, Infuse or the primer is going to be great to add in prior to the use of their regular UV lotion. Infuse actually has Melamax in that, so it's going to increase their natural melanin production so that they can pigment darker. They can also use it at home for their extending lotion, and like I said, they can use it prior to putting on other UV lotions. Now the primer is actually a gel, and it's going to do a similar thing to Infuse. It's going to maximize the results of their UV lotion. So by putting that primer on, it's going to pH balance their skin, and it's going to help their UV lotion work better, and it will help that if it's got a bronzer in it, it will help that bronzer last longer on the skin and fade more evenly on the skin. So another product that we can recommend, let's say we have someone that comes in and they say, my body's tanning really well, but my legs just aren't picking up color as quickly as the rest of my body. Something that we can recommend to add in with their regular UV lotion that they're already using is going to be Enhance. So what Enhance does is it increases the blood flow and allows for darker UV color. Now with Enhance, we do want to remember that when we're recommending this product to also suggest to keep it away from the bikini area and also the breasts because it will shrink fatty tissue, and because it increases that blood flow, that's why we want to keep it away from those areas. They tend to be a little bit more sensitive. So typically when I'm recommending Enhance to someone in the spa, I'm recommending it to them if they're saying my legs aren't tanning as well. Now, an added bonus for them, Enhance is also going to help to tighten and firm the skin and reduce the appearance of cellulite. So using it to get that boost of UV color on your legs is going to be great, but it's also going to help reduce the appearance of cellulite. So that's something that you can add in for a selling point for them. So Infuse and Primer are going to be great products to keep on your shelves to have samples of. So let's say if someone's not quite sold on, you said, let's maximize your results and add a primer into your UV routine, and they're just not sold on it. Then what we can do is we can say, since you want to try out these products, but you're not quite sure how you're going to like them today, on me, I'm going to offer you a free sample of those products so you can see how they'll work with your UV lotion. So Infuse and the PB Glow Primer are great to have on your shelves. Just keep a full bottle and, write it as samples so all of your consultants know that they can offer samples to someone if they're working on selling them the product, or you can also offer samples for purchase as well. And then always making sure, after we've offered those samples, then we want to, to make sure to tell them that when you actually purchase a full bottle, you're going to be saving, and you want to express, how they're going to save and show them how they're going to save. So like with Infuse or with Primer, typically we sell those at $5 a sample. And so when someone buys a full bottle, let's say if they're using the primer and they've already purchased 3 samples of that primer, they've already paid $15 for just 3 uses. Now, in a full bottle, they're going to get much more uses than that. They can get about 12 to 15 uses in a full bottle. And that full bottle of primer only costs them $25. So already, if they've already purchased 3 samples at $15, then we can show them that, hey, if you purchase the full bottle at $25, you're going to get, 3-4 times the uses out of it than you would by purchasing a sample every single time you come in. All right, so the next thing we're going to talk about is just a little bit of knowledge on the difference in our tanning lotions. So, do you know the difference between intensifiers, immediate, natural bronzers, and delayed bronzers? This is a great question to be asking your consultants, and for you consultants out there, this is a great question to ask yourself. Do I know the difference between an intensifier, an immediate natural bronzer, and a delayed bronzer and tingle? If someone asks me this question, am I prepared with the answer? So we're just going to talk a little bit about what the differences are in the lotions. So an intensifier, maximizer, or an accelerator is going to allow the tanner to unlock their natural color potential. It can be worn outdoors as well with an SPF. So depending on the brand and who makes the product, if it's Australian Gold or if it's designer skin, different companies will use different language. So if you see intensifier, maximizer, or accelerator on a product, that means that it's going to unlock that tanner's natural UV potential, and it's going to increase their melanin production so that they can pigment darker, but it's not going to give them any immediate color on the skin or a DHA color on the skin. An intensifier, maximizer, or an accelerator is the perfect start-off lotion for any new tanner that walks in your door. So if someone hasn't used a lotion before, we're going to start them with this lotion because it's going to help them build their natural color up. And then when they're looking to get a deeper, darker tan, then we can move them into our bronzers. So next we're going to talk a little bit about immediate and natural bronzers. So immediate and natural bronzers do not have a delayed DHA color, but they do give immediate color to the skin. So they use ingredients like henna, walnut oil, carrot oil, and walnut shell extracts. So typically when we put these products on, we'll notice that when they come out of the bottle, they're typically darker, and we'll notice that we do get an immediate color on the skin with those products. So with those, this is kind of a nice step for people in between an intensifier to a delayed bronzer, because they're going to see that immediate color on the skin, but it's not going to have that delayed DHA reaction. Now, delayed bronzers are for your more advanced tanners, or your tanners that are looking to take their color to the next level. So DHA actually binds with the protein in the skin to produce color and give you a surface tan. So delayed bronzers and DHA bronzers, you'll see that your color does get darker within 24 hours of using the product, and typically after about 5 to 7 days between using that product, you'll notice that your color starts to fade. So when you have someone that comes in that's using a bronzer and they say, I felt like I was so tan the day that I tanned and the day after I tanned, and then now it's like 4 days later and I feel like my color is just fading. That's actually that DHA fading out of the skin. So kind of like the same way a sunless color fades, those delayed bronzers are going to fade as well. So maybe recommending that they switch up and use an intensifier in between every other time they come in, and then that delayed bronzer as well, because then they're going to build their natural color underneath and they won't feel like their tan is fading as fast. Now we also have tingles as well. Tingles actually increase the circulation in the skin and aid in a darker pigmentation. The important thing to remember about tingles is that everyone's skin reacts differently. If someone's using a tingle, we're going to want to make sure that they have a different face lotion to use, and maybe even another UV lotion that they're using as well. With tingles, you do want to make sure to keep them away from the chest and also the bikini area. We also want to keep them away from the face, neck, and chest as well. So when someone's putting on their UV lotions, they're going to apply their face lotion first. And then maybe let's say their arms are a little bit more sensitive, then they would apply their regular UV lotion to their arms. And then if their legs maybe don't tan as quickly or their stomach doesn't tan as quickly, we can put the tingle on their legs or onto their stomach. And then always recommend, if someone's using a tingle, that they wash their hands really well after using this product. Also, letting them know that tingles do tend to transfer. If you have contact with another person, let's say if someone has a child and they pick up their child after using that tingle will transfer. So just, if you are selling a tingle to someone, just let them know that that product will transfer. So just be careful with what you're doing after using that product. Because tingles do give you that hot pinprick sensation, and we don't want someone that wasn't looking for that to now have it on them. I've actually seen it on someone when they said, I don't know, I think my kid's having a rash or something, and it was actually that tingle transferring to them. So if someone does have a child, maybe recommending that after they use a tingle, that they don't pick up their child for, until that tingle wears off the skin or until they take a shower. The other important thing to remember with tingles is that tingles are reactivated if you were to work out or if you were to get in a warm shower. So if someone has used a tingle, we want to suggest that they take a cool shower at least 4 to 6 hours after that tingle's been used, so that it's had time to work on their skin properly, and so that when they jump in that shower, it does not reactivate that tingle. So next we're going to talk a little bit about the products that we have here at Planet Beach that you can recommend to your UV users. So we do have our UV lotions Debonair, Glimmer and Glam, and Tan Down for What. These lotions are all going to have bronzers in them. They do all have a little bit of an immediate bronzer, and they also have delayed DHA bronzers in them. All of these products are going to have tattoo fade protection in them. So when you have members that come in that are worried about their tattoos fading, let's say if someone has especially a larger tattoo, we're going to want to recommend these products to them. And I've actually talked with a member that I had using Debonair, and he had 2 full sleeve tattoos on his arms. And he said that when he started using Debonair, his color on his tattoos was actually more vibrant than it had ever been before. So what those products do with that tattoo fade protection is they help to hydrate the skin, which is going to make colors on their tattoos look more vibrant, and it's also going to help those tattoos from fading and help that ink from fading. Now we also have in those products a lot of anti-aging ingredients to help with tightening and firming the skin. Glimmer and Glam and Tan Down for What also have BB cream in them as well. So what that BB cream is going to do is it's going to be perfect for your tanner that comes in, that tans and then goes about the rest of their daily activities, or is tanning and then going out for the night, because that BB cream is going to create a nice flawless finish on the skin and help to even out any little imperfections or flaws like bruising or uneven skin pigmentation. And they're also going to have that odor protection in them as well, so it's going to help them keep that UV product on, go out for their night, have their flawless finish on their skin, and they won't even smell like they came out of a tanning bed. So those are all great products to recommend. We also do have our Glow and Tell line that's going to be launching. It looks like we can expect it in next week, so you guys should be getting it in your spas within the next 2 weeks. So with our Glow and Tell line, we have our Plateau Breaking Bronzer. So this is going to be great to recommend for someone that's coming in saying, I feel like I was getting good color at first, and now I feel like I can't seem to get to that next level. We can recommend that they use this Plateau Breaking Bronzer and maybe even include that infuse or that primer with it. We also do have in this line a Hottest Tingle and Dark Bronzer, so it is going to have a bronzer and a tingle in it. And then we also have our Super Hydrating Intensifier and our 2-in-1 cocktail for sunless and UV. So the Glow and Tell cocktail is going to be great for double dipping. So if you have your UV users and sunless users that come in and they like to jump in a UV bed prior to their sunless session, we can recommend that they use this 2-in-1 in that UV session, and then it will also help to prime their skin for that sunless color. So all of these products are going to have anti-aging ingredients and firming benefits in them. When we were making the Glow and Tell line, we really wanted to focus on skincare first. So they're all going to have a Matrixyl Synth 6 in it, which is the highest level in the Matrixyl family. So it's going to help the most with anti-aging and tightening and firming the skin. They also do have Sun Extend in them as well, which is going to help to prevent your color from fading. And what these products are going to do is they're going to help to really hydrate your skin. So when I say we focus on skincare first, we are focusing on the ingredients to help someone hydrate their skin so that their color will last longer. So between sessions, all these products are going to help to hydrate the skin, which will only make your color last longer. Now, all of these products also do include that tattoo fade protection as well. So these are going to be great for your users or your UV users that have tattoos and things like that as well, especially if someone's got larger tattoos. So when someone comes in and let's say you're talking to them about, what products are you using right now? And they've got their lotion in their hand that they're using. Great. Let me introduce to you our brand new Glow and Tell line. That product that you have there is doing great and helping you to get some color, but I think with this new Glow and Tell line, we're going to help get your color to the next level. So we have our Plateau Breaking Bronzer, which is only going to help you get the deepest, darkest tan possible. And maybe we can also recommend to them that 2-in-1 tanning cocktail so that they can see better results in their UV sessions as well. And what we can highlight with them is that, with these products, we focus on skincare first, so it's going to help to hydrate your skin prior to and after your session so that you can get your best results. All right, next we're going to talk a little bit about the new Sunshine products. So although we here at Planet Beach have UV products, we also have the products that New Sunshine carries as well. So New Sunshine is going to have a wide range of products. They have Designer Skin, Swedish Beauty, Australian Gold, JWoww, and they're going to offer many different products in those lines ranging from bronzers to intensifiers, tingles. They also have products specifically for the legs. They've got products specifically for the face. And the reason that we recommend a face lotion always when talking to someone about tanning is because a face lotion is going to be more gentle on the skin and it's not going to have ingredients in it that can clog the pores. So typically products that we use on our body tend to have fragrances and things like that that can be too much for our face to handle. And when I say face, I'm talking about face, neck, and chest. All those areas of skin are more sensitive and are actually going to typically age quicker than the rest of our body. So we want to make sure that we're using a product that it was specifically made for the face to help give it the essential hydration that it needs and to help prevent it from some of that aging. Now, when someone comes in and says, oh, well, I just throw a towel over my face when I'm in there anyway. So a towel only actually blocks 20% of UV light. So we want to make sure that we highlight that with them and say, a towel is not going to be your best bet to prevent your skin from aging because 80% of that UV light is still getting through that towel. And this is another good way to overcome the objection if you have someone that's just saying, oh, I throw a towel over my face instead of using the eyewear. We do want to make sure that they're using products and eyewear to protect their face and their eyes because that towel is not cutting it. 80% of that UV light is still getting through, so it can still damage their eyes, and then it can still age their skin faster. So we want to make sure that they have that product in there that's helping to prevent those things. Now, other products that we can recommend to someone, if you have someone that comes in with a beautiful manicure and pedicure and they're always talking about how they're getting their nails done, a great little add-on product is going to be our nail savers. You just got done at the nail shop and you just spent $80 on getting your toes and nails done. Let's make sure that you're taking the right steps to make sure that those nails and toenails last a long time. Especially if someone comes in with any white on their nails or on their toenails, that UV light is actually going to discolor that and it will make their manicure or pedicure not last as long. Now, same thing, if you have someone that comes in that's talking about their hair and how they just got their hair done, a great little add-on product is going to be our hair saver. And New Sunshine offers these hair savers, and what it will do if someone's getting their hair colored, it's going to prevent their hair from fading. So if someone's got dark hair or red hair, that UV color will actually strip and fade that color out of their hair. So Hair Saver is a great little add-on product for when you've got your members coming in that, hey, I know you just spent all this money at the beauty salon. Let's make sure that we keep your hair that color while we're getting your skin that nice, beautiful tan. So to extend the life of the UV color. So when we're asking people, what are you doing at home to extend the life of your UV color? The first thing that we can check in with is what kind of body wash are you using? If they're using an over-the-counter body wash from Walgreens or something like that, the important thing that we want to stress with those products is the ingredients that are in there. So typically in over-the-counter products, we're going to have sulfates and alcohol. And what sulfates and alcohol do is they actually dehydrate the skin and will strip that DHA color out of the skin faster. So especially if someone's using a bronzer, we're going to want to make sure that they're using a sulfate-free body wash at home. Now, New Sunshine does have some sunless washes. One of them is going to be the Tiny Bubbles. They also do offer other washes as well that are going to be sulfate-free and alcohol-free to help to keep those results of a UV color lasting longer. Now, another great product to recommend that can be used on the full body is going to be our Cleanse Face Wash. So our Cleanse is great for a morning and evening wash, but it also has many different uses. So Cleanse can be used as a shave gel for them to help extend the life of their UV color. It can also be used as their daily body wash to help extend the life of that UV color. It can be used as a shampoo, or it can even help to treat their diaper rash. Or their baby's diaper rash. So every single person that walks in your door can benefit from Cleanse and can benefit from the results that they're going to get with Cleanse. Even your UV users, even your people that, maybe aren't sold on the whole spa idea yet. Cleanse is going to be a great product to introduce to them to help get them introduced into more of our other Planet Beach products. All right, now you can also use moisturizers to extend your UV color as well. So Infuse, even though we can use it prior to a UV session, we can also use it afterwards to extend your UV color. If someone is really loving a silicone-based tanning lotion, then we can recommend Debonair to them, because Debonair is going to be a silicone-based moisturizer. And that silicone base is going to give you that silky finish on your skin, and it does help to hydrate the skin for 24 hours. And then we also have moisturizers to extend the life of your UV color that you can find from New Sunshine as well. Now, with someone that's coming in for a UV color, they can also benefit from any of our at-home sunless products as well, especially if they're trying to build up a color quickly. So by building up a natural sunless glow at home, that's only going to help them reach their color results faster. So we do have our PB Glow Pro products, which are going to be great to build that natural sunless at home. We have the mousse, which can be used all over the body, and then we also have the extending lotion as well. So typically what I tell people that are working to build up a color quickly is to replace their regular moisturizer with the PB Glow Pro, and that's kind of an easy way to introduce that at-home sunless product to them and to help give them a suggestion as to how they can build that natural color quickly. Now we also do have our runway leg set as well, and the thing that I want to make sure that you guys are highlighting with your members is that our runway leg set is not only just for the legs, it can be used on the whole body. And when we talk about the glow specifically, glow can actually be used on the face as well. So when you have members that are coming in, and maybe you have members that use a face saver, but they still want to build color on their face, we can recommend that Runway Legs Glow to them to use at home. And typically what they would do is after they've gone home from their UV session, when they shower maybe the next morning, they can take and apply the glow to their full body, including their face, on that clean skin. And then after the glow dries, they can take and they can apply shine. And with the shine, we're going to want to keep that away from the face I normally put the shine on my arms and on my stomach and on my legs, and then we can put the shimmer on. And what these products are going to do is they're going to help to build a sunless color at home, but they're also going to help to give that skin that essential hydration it needs to make that UV color last longer. So Shine is actually going to have anti-aging benefits to it as well, so it's going to help to tighten and firm the skin. And it's also going to help to give it that essential hydration. And then Shimmer, actually, although it has a little bit of a shimmer in it, I call it a sophisticated shimmer. When you apply it to the body, at first you can see a little bit of a sparkle with it, but what it really does is it gives you a nice golden tint all over your skin and helps to hide any of those little imperfections. So if you've got bruising or uneven skin pigmentation, that shimmer is just going to give you a nice flawless finish on your skin. And it actually has hyaluronic acid in it as well, so it's going to help your skin hold on to that essential moisture that you've just received from your Glow and Shine. Now we can also recommend our PB Glow products as well. We can recommend our Perform Spray or our Prolong Lotion or even our PB Glow tan towels. Especially if someone's working to build their color quickly and they don't have anyone to help apply those sunless products to their back, their tan towel is going to be their best friend. It helps for really easy application for getting your back. I mean, I know that's what I usually use it for, is to help get that sunless color on my back. But with all of these sunless products, that's only going to help to extend the life of their UV color and to help them build a natural sunless color. Now, when we're recommending any of our sunless products, we're going to want to recommend that when someone applies them, if it's a rub-on product or spray and rub, or like the mousse, you want to rub that on, always recommend that someone's rubbing in a circular motion versus an up and down motion. An up and down motion can tend to create streaks, so recommending that they do it in a circular motion is only going to help to give them that desired result. And when we're recommending like the aerosol sprays like Perform Spray or Debonair, we're going to want to recommend that they either use that in their shower against their shower wall or outdoors. With that product, because it is an aerosol, it does have some overspray with it, so we just want to make sure that we're setting them up for success in using those products at home. And always recommend with those aerosol sprays that when they're applying them, to never start spraying that mist directly on the body. We always want to start just off the body and move onto the body. If you start spraying directly onto the skin, you'll get a concentration of that spray and your color won't, come out as even. So set people up for success when you're recommending these sunless products. Don't just send them home with them and say, here, oh yeah, this is going to help you get, a darker color quicker. No. Tell them how to use those products. And if you're not quite sure with how to tell them how to use those products, then take them home and try them yourself. Figure out what worked for you and help to relay that message to them. Now, when we're recommending products for UV, we also want to think outside the box. So what other products could we recommend to UV users? We can recommend our Lips Mint Lip Balm. We can also recommend the Repair Nutrient Drops, especially if someone has marked on their personal spa profile that they're worried about damaged skin or that they experience damaged skin. We can also recommend Restore as well, that miracle cream. So Repair and Restore are going to be great for someone that's working on reducing the appearance of stretch marks, or great for anyone that's got, let's say, dry, patchy skin. And it can also help if someone experiences psoriasis or eczema. Now, Mist is going to be another great product to recommend for your UV users. If you don't have this product on your shelf marked as a sample bottle, I recommend that you do that, because every single person, when they come out of a UV service, is going to be flushed and is going to be warm, and their pores are going to maybe be open on their skin. What we can have them do after they come out of that service is take a couple sprays of mist and apply it to their face. It will help to cool their skin down with that natural peppermint in it, and it will also help to add essential hydration to the skin, and protect their skin from the harmful elements for the rest of the day. And I guarantee if you have this product and if you are letting people try this product after a UV service or after another heated service, that they'll purchase it. This is going to be every single person's best friend once they try it. I know I've got it in my purse, I've got it in my desk at work, because it adds that essential hydration to the skin, cools down the skin, and let's say if you're going throughout your day and your makeup's just not looking as fresh, you can apply a couple sprays of mist. It also is a mom's best friend for keeping it in their purse because it has the natural antiseptic in it. So let's say their kid falls down on the playground and gets a cut, they can use a couple sprays of mist to help to prevent that cut from getting infected. It's also going to help if someone gets a sunburn, or let's say if someone's used a tingle, they can apply a couple sprays of mist and that will help to stop the reaction of that burning feeling on the skin. Now we can also recommend any of our teeth whitening products, especially if you guys have the twilight teeth. That's something that they can use right in that UV bed. But to transition into that, hey, now that we're building that natural color for you, how about we get you a brighter, whiter smile as well? So that's a way to help to introduce those teeth whitening products and get them using some of your other services. And then we can also recommend any of our nutrition products. Every single person that comes in your door can benefit from our nutrition products. So PB Clean Energy is a really great way to get people introduced to our nutrition products because it's going to give them a natural burst of energy for their day. It's going to have 120 milligrams of caffeine in it, so about twice as much as a traditional cup of coffee, but it's going to give them a jitter-free, focused energy. So a lot of times with coffee or sodas and things like that, it tends to give us that hyped up, jittery energy. PB Clean Energy uses an all-natural caffeine, so it's going to give you that jitter-free energy. It also is packed full of vitamins, so it's going to help with your immune system as well and preventing sickness. Next, we're going to talk a little bit about our sunless sessions. So questions that we can ask our members that are coming in for a sunless session are, what are you doing to maximize your sunless color results? What are you doing to extend the life of your sunless color? What products are you currently using in conjunction with your sunless? And what products have you tried that you've liked, or what products have you tried that you haven't liked, and why? And just always remember that the use of any oil products prior to a sunless session can cause undesired results. So those oil products actually will create a barrier on the skin, and it will cause that sunless color not to apply evenly to the skin. So if we have someone going in for a sunless session, we're going to want to make sure that they're not using contour oil prior to that session or PB heat prior to that session. Or even at home, make sure that they didn't apply any oil products to their skin prior to coming in for that session. And, a way that we can ask this is we just want to make sure that you're going to get, your best results possible in your sunless session today. So what have you done for your skin prior to coming in for this session? And they're either going to tell you, oh, well, I showered, I shaved, I exfoliated. Okay, that's great. Did you apply any products after getting out of your shower to your skin? Just make sure that they didn't apply any oil products. So products that we can recommend prior to a sunless session are going to be any of our exfoliants, so buff, scrub, and prepare for the whole body, or polish and microdermabrasion for the face. When we're recommending proper steps to get ready for your sunless session, we're going to want to make sure, like if you're talking to someone on the phone, recommend that they shave and exfoliate 8 to 12 hours prior to their session. Now, and especially that's important for shaving. Shaving tends to make people's skin more sensitive because it actually does strip a little layer of the skin off. So if someone's shaved just prior to going into a sunless session, they might have an adverse reaction to that sunless application. because their skin's more sensitive. So just recommend, that you're shaving and exfoliating 8 to 12 hours before you come in for your sunless session. Now, these products are also going to be great for your avid sunless users, especially people that are coming in about once a week to get a sunless session, because we want to prepare the skin and remove any of their excess sunless tan from the week before. So if someone's working to get, the last of their sunless off, we can recommend any of our exfoliants. And if someone didn't have time maybe to exfoliate prior to coming in and they've, just had a full day of work, we can recommend that they use scrub prior to that sunless session. Scrub can actually be applied to dry skin. You just rub in a circular motion like you typically would in the shower, and then you would wipe off with a dry towel, and then you can move forward with any of your primers or things like that. Now, we can also recommend our primers or our 2-in-1 prior to getting into a sunless session. So although that Glow and Tell can be used in a UV bed as well, they can also just use it for their primer. Now it is going to have a bronzer in it, so they'll notice that they get an immediate color on the skin. And if someone's looking for their sunless color to go to the next level and to get even darker, then that's when we would recommend this 2-in-1 Glow and Tell lotion. Because it's got that bronzer in it, it's going to make their sunless application get even darker than it normally would, because it's having that delayed DHA development from the lotion as well. Now, the priming gel is just going to help that sunless application go on more evenly. It's going to help them get their maximum results from that sunless application. It's not going to have that delayed DHA like that 2-in-1 does. But I swear by the primer. I will not do a sunless session unless I've got my primer with me. And I tell every single person that I talk to in the spa that. The primer, what it does is it gives you a nice pH balance on the skin so that sunless color will take and apply more evenly. And it also helps to hydrate your skin if you've got any dry patches or things like that. It will help to give you a nice even application so that sunless color isn't collecting on those dry areas of the skin. And it's also just going to help for your sunless color to fade more evenly. So if someone's complaining that, their sunless goes on great, but then like 2 days in, it starts to look kind of splotchy and uneven. Well, what we want to do is recommend a primer prior to going into that session. If their color's fading quickly, it's because their skin doesn't have that natural or that essential hydration that it needs to hold on to that sunless color. So a primer can help to put that essential hydration into the skin. These products are going to be great products to keep as samples on your shelf and to let people try. If you start letting people try a sample of primer, hey, for you today, I'm going to let you try a sample of our primer. I swear by this. I use it every single time I do a sunless application, and I love the results that I get with it. They're going to come out and ask you how much that primer is, because I guarantee once someone's tried that and used that in a sunless session, they're going to see how much different their results are, and they're going to see how much better their results are, and they're only going to want to purchase that product. And if you have someone that's coming in for a sunless session and is maybe purchasing a sample of the primer every single time they come in, again, we want to stress how much they're going to save when they buy a full bottle of that product. So remember, if a sample is $5 and your full bottle is $25, if you've already purchased 3 samples of that product, you've already spent $15. Why not just spend $25 and get 4 times as many uses? Now, other products that we can recommend to use during a sunless session are going to be our clear eye shields. We also have our hair cap and nose filters and sticky feet. So for the nose filters and eye shields, not every single person is going to want to use these, but I do recommend keeping them on hand at your location, just so in case you have someone that comes in and is requesting some eye protection or nose filters, you have them there for their use. Now, sticky feet are a great little add-on for you, because it's an easy way to transition into, oh, well, I know you said you have that event coming up. We want to make sure that you're getting the best results possible with your sunless, but we also want to make sure that we're helping to cover all of our bases as well. So when you go in for that sunless, we know that you're going to be barefoot, and when you're barefoot in a sunless unit, all that solution tends to go to the bottom of the unit, so it's going to get all over the bottom of your feet, and your feet are going to turn brown. So we can recommend the sticky feet to use instead of going into that sunless service barefoot, so that they can still get a nice even application all over their feet, but it's helping to protect the bottom of their feet from picking up any of that excess solution. Now, we do always want to make sure that we're recommending that hairnet prior to going into a sunless session, and tell them how to use that hairnet. So when I'm talking to someone and getting them set up for a sunless session, I'm saying, so the first thing that you're going to do after I step out of the room is you're going to take and you're going to get undressed. Make sure you remove all your jewelry and put it in your purse so you don't forget it, or put it in your pocket, somewhere they're not going to forget that jewelry. Then you're going to take your hairnet and you're going to put it onto the top of your head. Make sure that your hairline is uncovered, and make sure that your ears are uncovered. And the reason that I walk every single person through that process with the hairnet is because most people will put the hairnet on and not think about it, and they'll have it down on their forehead and come out with this big line across their forehead. So we want to make sure that a little bit of their hairline is exposed to make sure that that sunless color is going on evenly, and to make sure that, you know, they're not having an uneven and an unnatural application. Now, products that we can recommend to them to extend the life of their sunless color, this is where that question comes in. What are you doing to extend the life of your color, and what are you doing at home? So we can recommend any of those sulfate-free washes from New Sunshine, or we can recommend our Cleanse face wash to be used as a body wash, and that's only going to help extend the life of your sunless color. So just tell them, you know, we're just trying to help you keep your optimum results, and by using a product that's free of sulfates and alcohol, that's going to help your sunless color last longer. Now we can also recommend any of our moisturizers as well, because keeping the skin moisturized is essential in keeping that sunless color. So making sure that they're moisturizing their skin and keeping all that moisture in the skin is very important. Now we can recommend Infuse, Debonair, or any of the New Sunshine moisturizers. We can also recommend any of our sunless products, and these are going to be especially great for someone that's doing a sunless session, because it's going to help them keep that sunless significantly longer. And if they notice that parts of their body are fading more quickly than others, they can also use these products to touch up those areas. So the mousse is a great product to use to touch up any uneven application of a sunless, or if you have, let's say your legs are fading quicker, you can do just an application of that mousse, and it will help to build that sunless color back up for you. You can also use the Perform spray as you know, a spot touch up, or if you have an area that's fading quicker. And then we can also recommend any of that Extend lotion to help to give them that essential hydration, but to have that delayed DHA to build that natural sunless and to keep that sunless. We can also recommend our Runway leg set to be used on either their whole body or on areas of the body that they find are fading quicker. I know for me, my face always seems to fade quicker when I have a sunless, and you know, it's just because we wash our faces more than the rest of our body typically. So when I have a sunless, I make sure after I've got my clean face that I'm applying my glow to my skin to help to keep that sunless color on my face just as long as all the color will stay on the rest of my body. Now we can also recommend the Prolong lotion and our tan towels as well. Now with our sunless products, again, we want to think outside the box, the same way we did for UV. So what else will help them reach their desired results? We can recommend our Mint Lip Balm to every single person. And then our repair and restore are going to be great for someone that you see on that personal spa profile. They've marked that they experienced some damaged skin. Even though someone's just a sunless user, if they've got damaged skin, we want them to be using products at home to help to heal that skin and to increase their cell production. So that's where repair and restore can be used. Now we can also recommend mist to them. No, they're not going to want to apply mist right after getting a sunless, but we can recommend that they keep mist in their purse and hold on to it, so when their skin feels dry and dehydrated throughout the day, they're spraying a couple sprays of mist, because adding that essential hydration to the skin is only going to help our sunless colors last longer. We can also recommend any of our teeth whitening products. Hey, I know that you were preparing for that event with this sunless color. How about we help you get a brighter, whiter smile for your pictures that you're going to be in tomorrow? We can also recommend any of our nutrition products. Let's say someone's preparing for a vacation and you know that they've got 2 weeks leading up to that vacation. We can get them set up with a detox program, or we can get them set up with a slim body wrap kit, or we can get them set up with any of our nutrition products, PB Clean Energy, Indulge. Think outside of the box. Just because someone is just coming in for sunless sessions doesn't mean they can't benefit from some of our other products and services. Now, we always want to make sure that when we're talking to members, we're always closing. And that doesn't mean you're working to get towards the end of the sale. That just means that when you're talking to them about a product, you're checking in and you're asking, does this sound like something that interests you? You're going to get an idea right off the bat if that product sounds like something that they're going to want to use, or if, oh no, maybe that's, not as interesting to me. If you get that answer right off the bat, then you can either move on to a different product, or then you know that, yes, this person's going to want to get that product, and I can start moving them towards closing the sale or adding other products in. Does this sound like a product you want? That's another, quick question we can ask to get an answer as to if this is something that's going to be beneficial for them and if this is something that they're actually going to use. So the other thing that we want to make sure to stress is, although we're trying to keep samples on the shelves so that people can try and sample things, we always want to talk to them about their savings on a full-size bottle versus samples. And the other important thing is, don't be too pushy. If they ask for time to research a product, give it to them. If you've been helpful and truthful, considerate, and enthusiastic when talking to this person and helping them and showing them how to get their desired results, it'll be your business that they come back to for that product. So just because someone's requesting a little bit of time to think about that product, that doesn't mean you've lost a sale. So the next time they come in that door, ask them, hey, did you have a chance to get online and do that research you were looking to do? What did you find? Are there any more questions I can help to answer? And if someone stumps you and asks a question that you just don't know the answer to, tell them, I've never had that question come up before. Let me go ahead and check and do some research on that so that I can get you the right answer. So what can you guys do now? Give your staff the quiz and get set up with your spa performance consultant to create an action plan for increasing glow sales in your spa. And have your staff check the appointment book daily and plan to introduce a new glow product to every single member that walks in the door. So maybe Sally just got set up with her UV lotion, and she just came in on Friday and got set up with it. Well, now it's Wednesday. She's had a chance to use that lotion. She's maybe been in 2 or 3 times. Maybe now we can introduce primer or that infused lotion to her. So have your staff check the appointment book and see what potential they have for sales that day. I want to thank you guys so much for taking the time out of your day to join today's Wednesday webinar. And as always, if you have any questions, please email performance@planetbeach.com or check in with your performance consultant. Thank you guys so much and have a great rest of your day. And we look forward to talking to you soon.